Hey guys, part 2 of this episode. Today I am drinking Sunny Little Thing by Sierra Nevada, and I'm putting it in my squishy koozie that I have my Crafty Wench and Woolly stickers on. No tequila for this episode, which means that I'll probably be able to finish it. Grab your drink and let's finish this up. Hey guys, Chevyrell here. If this is your first time here, this is actually part 2 of episode 74 because we like to have cocktails here. And the last episode I was drinking tequila, and for the first time in however many years of podcasting, I didn't finish an episode. And it wasn't because I was like wasted or anything. It was just because I was antsy. I wanted to go do something else. Like it was too long to be sitting in front of the camera. Anyway, same old song and dance. Life keeps happening. I recorded the first part of that episode probably a month ago, and I didn't finish it, and then I couldn't get it edited, and it's a shit show here. And where here is the stuff room, and we talk about crafty things like knitting and crocheting and spinning and sewing and just lots of crafty stuff. Hence the crafty wench. Yeah? It's all the things, mostly knitting. I'm gonna start where I ended. So I'm gonna finish telling you about the Solomon Fiber Festival, and then I'm gonna show you some enabling and happy mail. And then at the end, so this is like a flip-flop, a Freaky Friday episode, if you will. At the end, I'm going to show you where I'm at on my knitting because I have gotten some more done since the last time you saw it. So this is an odd episode. I talked in the last episode that my cousin's grad party was getting planned. That happened. It was amazing. I still haven't had time to put the purple back in my hair, as you can see, but I've been wearing it up a lot because it's so hot. My dad is in the hospital. Another reason why life has kind of been hectic. He has some heart stuff going on without going into detail because I don't know that he wants me like blathering his health stuff all over the interwebs, but we are hoping that they get him stable and that he can come home soon. It's just not been fun. So I'm happy to be here though. I've missed you guys, so I'm glad that we can do this, right? Okay, so like I said, I am going to continue Solomon Farms Fiber Festival, chatting about that. I told you that I bought some new stuff for a new craft, and I'm going to show you that today. There is a gal, Looking Glass Sheep and Wool, Kristi McNeil. I met her. She was super cool, and she's going to be at Rhinebeck. So if you guys like this, she has a booth at Rhinebeck, and she said it's basically when you first walk into your left. Like she's right there at the front. And this is what she does. I love rugs. I've always had a thing for rugs. I like throw rugs. I like to stand on rugs. I have no carpet in my house. I don't know if I've ever talked about that on here. I feel like carpet is icky because you can't get it clean the way I want it to be clean, and especially with a Dan and a dog. So I do have a lot of throw rugs around, and you can like beat those out and wash them and do all those things. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, hell yeah. She had the book. This is by Letty, Klein, and Anne Brown. It will be linked below, and it has some drawn diagrams, and I've had so much fun with this. And this is something that you can do with your felted fiber. I made this awesome yarn ball. Look at it. Or braided ball. It's not a yarn ball. It's a braided fiber ball. Now, I started the rug, but let me tell you how it goes. Oh shoot, I lost my tapestry needle. Wonder where that went. around here somewhere. Call me Grandma Nada. Do any of your grandparents do that or did that? When I was a little kid, I'd be like walking through my grandma's house and you'd get a needle in the foot because she dropped it. So what you do is you braid this big long thing. Then you wash it in the washing machine, like hot water in a garment bag, and you felt the shit out of it as much as you can. Then you sew it together and make it into a rug. And this, oh, there's my tapestry note. Look at me go. This is getting really blown out. So this is natural, like natural fiber. And then these are locks. So these are like a turquoise, cool, well, I wish you could see the color. There you can see it a little bit. It's like a greeny teal, and then I got this teal, and then I got the gray. I had the natural here at home. You sew it together, you get the braid done, and then the book shows you how to start it. It's kind of curly right now. I think that sewing it together is the hardest part because you're sewing on a curve. So the trick is to sew it close enough together that there isn't a lot of play in between the braid, but to not do it so much that it curls. I did have to start this over twice. Now, it wants to a little bit, like when I hold it like that, but when you flatten it out, it lays flat. So when it's a rug on the floor, it'll be just fine. It's just curling a little bit. And she tells you how to do it in the book as far as connecting the braid to itself. So I purchased the book from her. I purchased the majority of the fiber from her. And then I purchased the thread from her. This is Crawford Threads. I can't link them. They don't have their own website, but this is a waxed linen thread, and they sell them at various, I think the Woolery has some. They did not have the gray. It comes in a whole bunch of colors. I found a wholesale place. There's some on Amazon, but you don't get all the colors. So if you want to do this and you don't want to wait until Rhinebeck to find Kristi and you want to order it online, that's what this is. It's a waxed linen cord. I'm sure that there are other types of waxed linen cords other than Crawford's thread, but I really like this, and I think it would be a really cool thing to add to your list at Rhinebeck, or to go when you go to Rhinebeck if you're going. But if you're not going, so you can support Kristi. But if you're not going to Rhinebeck, I wanted you to know what you needed to get it online. This has kind of gotten put off onto the back burner. I need to go set it beside me on the couch so that I work on it. I will tell you, the sewing together part is so tedious. It's so tedious. I felt like I worked on it for quite a while one night and didn't really get anywhere. That's why I have this safety pin on there. I have all these progress keepers, but I was lazy and didn't want to get up off the couch. And I didn't have any. Usually I have a whole bunch beside me, and for some reason that night I didn't, but I did have a safety pin. So that's kind of how that's as far as I got that night. And I felt like I'd worked on it forever. So my plan is to work on it little by little and then end with knitting. Oh, I almost forgot. There are some colored pictures in here. You can do a spiral, oval one. I'm doing a round rug. There's a round rug. So there are some pictures in here of some samples. Here's like a fun one that they did, sort of decorative. That one's cute. So there's things you can do with it. I mean, the braiding and the washing were super fun. The sewing together, little slower, but the end product is going to be amazing. And I did it sort of like a gradient, so I'm really excited to see what it's going to look like finished. Okay, enabling. I've bought some stuff, because you know, when you're sad and feeling a little stressed and overwhelmed, what better than retail therapy to make you feel really good? So I mentioned on a previous episode that I wanted another set of knit blockers. One of you sent me this link, They were on sale, and these are knocker blockers. And it says these special edition pink and purple knit blockers were designed with breast cancer awareness in mind. The profits from every purchase are donated directly to Knitted Knockers Support Foundation, an organization that provides handmade prosthetics for knit cancer survivors. And you guys have probably all heard of the knitted knockers. A lot of people have made those and shown them on their podcast, but I did get another one. And it came just at the right time, back when Dan and I and his family did the 5K walk in the Flying Pig for his cousin who has breast cancer. So it just like all the stars aligned on that little enabling thing. They'll be linked below. I don't know if they still have them. It's been over a month, but I wanted to show them to you. Okay, here is another enabling. Oh my gosh, I saw it on Gigi's channel. I had to buy it. I wanted to support Yolonda Jordan. Look how cute this book is. I mean, I love it. Now, I am not, is this considered amigurumi? Is it all little things, or is this just crocheted dolls? Either way, I'm not very good at it. And I know that there are a ton of you that would totally make something like this, so I purchased it for the prize bin. She'll also be linked below if you don't want to wait to go check it out. I mean, they're just so cute. Look at her little tulle skirt. And I looked at the patterns. It's amazing. I mean, these designers blow my mind on how they come up with this stuff. It's just, and they're bigger than you'd think they'd be. Hold on, let me find one where she's holding it. I mean, talk about adorable. Next, my friend Tara let me know. Oh, first, like my camera is way different than normal because my little holder thing broke. So you are propped up on 2 shipping boxes and some books. My friend Tara said my mom watches this gal's podcast, and her name is Mari, I think. She's adorable. Now it doesn't say on here. I think her name's Mari. She does leather, and she has, I think, hats and bags and all sorts of stuff. She has a podcast, or at least a YouTube channel. She'll be linked below. And my friend Tara's like, my mom watches her channel, and I saw this and immediately thought that is so up Chevis's alley. Look how cute it is. It looks like a little baseball voodoo doll. Oh my gosh, and you guys, if you love the smell of leather, it smells so good. Do you guys remember, for all my 90s kids, do you remember Leather Limited at the mall? Do you remember walking past that store? That's what this smells like. And it's amazing. I think she needs a name. Look at her cute little hair. I think she needs a name, but it's a pin cushion. And I told her that I'm going to mainly use it for tapestry needles and my little interchangeable yarn keys, because I can't ever find one when I'm looking for those either. I always have to go dig for them. Well, she can not engrave. Is it engrave? Burn? I don't know. She does this stuff. She uses them for sewing. So she has like universal, like the type of needle that's on each arm. And I told her, since I'm a knitter, crocheter, that I'd be using them for what I just said I would use them for. I didn't really need them to be specific. So I thought knit, crochet, purl, and a little yarn ball would be cute. And she said, I got you. You guys, super communicator, because when I ordered it, I said she was having a Memorial Day sale. And I said, I am ordering this now because I don't want you to sell out. Like I wanted one. I didn't want her to sell out, but I hadn't decided on these things, on the engraving. I'm calling it engraving. It's not really engraving. I don't know what it's called. Inscription. I don't know. But I told her that I wasn't decided on that yet and that I'd get in touch with her. And obviously in Chevis fashion, completely forgot, got busy, got sidetracked, whatever. She emailed me and said, hey, any idea what you want on there? I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for emailing me. I emailed her. She said, I got you. And I mean, I had it in, I think 2 days. I mean, her communication is amazing. Her shipping is amazing. So if you like these cute little guys, and oh my God, she has, I don't know if she still has them in her shop, but I'm going to post a picture here. She has the Pac-Man ghosts. I wanted both, but I just got the voodoo doll. I would love to have a little Pac-Man ghost too. They're so cute. It smells so good. Then another one of you sent me this on Instagram, and I don't know what to do with them because I ordered the wrong size. Oh, there's a sticker in here. I didn't know I got a sticker. So this is Harebrained Designs. Here's their logo. Let me see. Harebrained got the dirtiest undies around. They sell period panties. Sorry, guys, you probably don't want to hear this at all. I have never used period panties, and I did not buy these for that reason. I mean, yeah, I suppose that I can use them, but I did not. I bought them because I bought the wrong size. I went off the measurements, and I'm an extra large, not a double extra large, but I didn't want them to be too small, and they would not be too small. So these are double XLs, as I'm showing you underwear that I purchased, but look. And look at the back, look at the back. They have a ton of them. They have a ton of them. You like different kinds, not just Labyrinth. You have to go check them out. So these, I'm not going to mess around with returning them. I am going to order another pair. And do you guys think it would be so goofy if I did a giveaway for these? Tell me what you think. It seems silly to return them. Happy Pride Month, you guys. I got my flag and I want to hang it up outside and I can't figure out how to do it. So I'm waiting for Dan to like figure out how to do it because that's not my wheelhouse at all. So it's just hanging out in here until I can get it outside. And I told him, I'm like, dude, will you pretty please hang it up because I want it to at least be out. I mean, I'll keep it hung up outside, but I want it to at least be out for Pride. Jeez. That's all for my enabling. Next is Happy Mail. So Penny, you guys remember Penny, she sent me some super cute stuff. She sent me that blanket when Olive passed away that we use all the time. It hangs on my blanket rack and I get to look at it all the time and see little Miss Olive's face. For those of you who don't know, Olive is my pug. We lost her a couple years ago and she was amazing. And she was like the little mascot on the channel here. Like she's in the older episodes. But she also sent me that little voodoo doll, incense burner, and she made me a birthday present. It's like the Labyrinth episode. The babe with the power, and she made that. Isn't it cool? So I've been wearing that. I got that in the mail. I forgot to open this. I try to open all the packages, like have them open, but save them for the podcast. And I try to have them open so you guys don't have to sit here while I open them. Oh, well, hello, Ditto. That was him throwing himself on the floor because he's been outside and it's 100 degrees out. Literally 100 degrees. Okay, so I knew I was getting these. Kristi sent me, Kristi from Kristi's Corner Needleworks, sent me some more Ugly Baby floss drops. I love ugly babies. I love anything weird, and they just make me happy. maybe that will get my butt in gear to start working on my Grab Yo Drank shelf again. I've just been doing other stuff. Okay, then I got something from Kimber's Cozy Creations. Aww. You guys, hold on, let me get this out of the package. Here is her card. And this is a gift from Maddie and Kristen. These are their colorways. We Share Needles, the We Share Needles podcast. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now they were having a knit along with this. And of course, I have not had any time. Like I can't even work on the stuff that I've had on the needles forever. And I want to. There's all these knit alongs I want to be part of. Okay, so, oh gosh. I don't know which one's which. I can't even guess. I've seen them. They've shown them a bunch of times. So one of these, and it's getting so blown out, one of these is Whip It Out, and the other one is movie knitting. And these are their colorways that Kimber made for them for the podcast. I love them. I think this, I'm not even gonna guess. I wanna say this is Maddie's and this is Kristen's. We'll see if I guessed it right. And I wanna say Maddie's is the movie knitting and Kristen's is the Whip It Out. We'll see if I'll let you know if I guessed correctly. Thank you so much, you guys. I'm gonna shoot you a message. You're probably like, what a bitch. We sent her a present. She hasn't even said thank you. I've had that a long time. Okay, this came in a nice little package, and this is from Little Tommy Taylor. And I think it's a tarot deck, and I'm scared because I've been getting some doubles, as you know, double tarots. We'll see. It's just a guess because they said that they're not a reader, but that they draw a card every day. They enjoy the artwork. Hopefully it talks to you. So I've been getting the knitting one and the labyrinth one. So it's the knitting one. Maybe I should start drawing one on every podcast so y'all know that I have it. Because I know not everyone watches every episode. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Little Tommy Taylor. Okay, so please send me a message and let me know if it's okay if I include this in a giveaway, since I already have it. I'm so sorry. Unless you don't have this and you'd like me to send it to you so you can have it. You guys, I appreciate this so much. I have a lot of tarot decks, and anything that's my wheelhouse, I'm, nuts and probably have pre-ordered. I pre-ordered this and the Labyrinth deck, so I have both of those decks, and then a plethora of others. But that doesn't mean that I do not so appreciate the fact that you guys think of me and go out of your way to send me things that you think that I'll love, because I do love it. So here's some for those of you who want to see some of the other cards. There's a few on the back. It's a neat deck. It's in like a really cool box. It comes with a really cool book. Thank you. I sent Tammy, for those of you who watch Cinematic Skeins, she loves Big Trouble in Little China with Kurt Russell. It's one of her favorite movies. And I didn't know she collected things from them. I just knew that she liked the movie. And I got her a little enamel pin, and she already had it, which, I guess I should have known. But she said it was cool because that means she can, because she was keeping them as like a collector's item, like on the card. And that means that she could keep one as a collector and she could use one of them. So I could also do that with this. I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, last Happy Mail. This is from Andi the Knitress. It's actually Andi the Knitress, but Johnny Boh calls her Andi the Knitress, and it's just stuck in my brain. So, sorry, Andi, but I think she answers to both. It's definitely a term of endearment. I love Andi. Like, she is on the other side of the country from me. She lives out in Oregon, and I wish that she was my neighbor and that we could knit together. She is one of the people on this journey that I am lucky enough to now call my friend. And she worked at a yarn shop and she absolutely loved her job, and they closed the shop. And obviously she was heartbroken. So after some soul searching and sadness, she decided that she was going to turn some lemons into vodka lemon squeezies. And she is venturing to reopen the shop under a different name, but still have that same vibe. Because, you know, not only did she, you know, miss out on her amazing job, but the clientele now misses out on their amazing yarn shop. So she is in the process of doing that. And as you can imagine, tons of work, right? That is tons of work. She had to go fund me. I'll link that if she still has that up. Her last episode, I mean, I wish I just could have reached through the screen and given her a big hug. I really, really want this yarn shop to happen, and then I want to go out there and visit it. The yarn shop was called the Knotty Lady, like Knotty, and this is what I believe she's going to call her new shop, the Knotty Knittress, because she is Andi the Knitress, or as Johnny Boh calls her, Andi the Knitress on YouTube. So she sent me these cute little stitch marker and progress keeper. That's the Pisces sign. For those of you who don't know, I am very, very Pisces. And this one says Wild Spirit. She also sent me, and what does she call these? Does she tell me? This is from she calls them ball socks. And you know me, I love my ball sacks and I love my yarn condoms. And she also has an Etsy shop, which will be linked below, called the Cranky Knittress. And she made these for me, which I just so happen to have a ball of yarn right here. So let's see how it looks. They come in these super cute sleeves. There's the Cranky Knittress logo, and it says, keep your unruly balls managed and cozy in these knit ball socks. Are you tired of center pull balls unraveling in your project? Tuck your balls in our sock. Contains up to 100 grams comfortably. And then it says follow her on Instagram and at the KnottyKnittress.com. So go do that. Everybody needs a ball sock. Oh my gosh, look at that. So cute. It's perfect. That is perfect. And look how little it gets. So it will condense as you're knitting your ball. Andi, you're amazing. So she sent me that a while back. Like, I meant to talk about that on the last episode. And then tequila happened. So since then, she sent me something else. And it's in here. I've opened it but not opened it. So you and I are both going to get to see whatever's in this box together. Oh, it's a mug. It looks like a mug. Is it a mug? Oh, wow. Look at her card. Okay, she said when she saw that her friend Ashley is it Cluver Clayworks? It looks like Cluver. I'll link her below. Made these tarot tumblers. I knew immediately I needed one. I also knew you needed one in your life. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. It's the lovers. It's my new martini glass. Oh my gosh, look what a cool size that is. So the lovers is a card that oftentimes will talk about or mean good physical relationships, love, passion, but it's not just about sex.
It can be about sex.
But it's not just about sex. It's about a strong relationship between two people. It's definitely a card of friendship. It is a connection between two people like you don't have with anyone else. It's about making good choices, good decisions. Sometimes it's about bad decisions. Like if it's reversed, maybe you should address what decisions you're making. It can mean lots of things. But the way I'm feeling this, because Andi sent it to me, is our connection is special. Your friendship connections are special. The people who get you are deep-seated and what keep you grounded, what give you harmony in your life. And when you are feeling out of control or maybe tempted to do something that you shouldn't or make a bad decision, always go back to those relationships in your life that give you this base and harmony. I love it. Oh my gosh, Andi. That's amazing. And can we talk about how cool this is? Cluver Clayworks. Cluver Clayworks. C-L-U-V-E-R. And it's dated 2022. Oh, that is so cool. Did I show you the back and the inside? Ooh, the drips. Oh, Andi, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to use it. And you guys know I'm all about the clay anything, pottery anything. I want to move this, but I'm scared that it's going to mess it up totally. Ditto just flopped on the floor on the bubble wrap. So that's it for all the awesomeness. Take a drink. I'm parched. I think I'm going to take another one. Hey, I still have some lipstick on. That's amazing. Now I'm going to show you where I'm at on my knits. They are the same ditto in the bubble wrap. They're the same projects as I showed on part 1 of this video. The last time you saw my Minecraft socks, this is the pattern. It is free. I had this one done. Guess what? It's still done. And I have gotten this far. I was here the last time you saw it. I've gotten all of this and I've completed the heel turn and I'm just on the gusset now. This is a great travel project. I did mention it's free. That pattern is by Heather Cox. It'll be linked below. The yarn is NomadicYarns. I feel like I'm just repeating myself. NomadicYarns, and the colorway is Mischievous Managed. It's awesome. I love the colorway. Next is my Stepaside. Sorry, I forgot to print my notes. Usually I have paper notes and I'm using my phone. So the last time you saw my Stepaside, I didn't even take it out of the bag because it was such a jumbled mess. I was at a stopping point. It was so, Let me show you the pattern. Those pockets are amazing. And where I was is I had gotten this far and I was just starting the color work. I mean, I probably sat down 3 different times with no sound, no nothing, and read that and looked at the knitting and read that and looked at the knitting. I mean, I don't know what it was, but it took me a while to wrap my head around what I was supposed to be doing. I got it. I got it. I am into the color work. I am using, well, first, this is by Jennifer Beale. I said on the last podcast, Jessica Beale. Like, does anyone even know if she knits? So, I don't even know. I mean, this is still origami, you guys. I'm trying to figure out how to show you. And this is, it goes this way. So, see what I mean by origami? This is the neck hole. And then this is, I mean, obviously I'm giving stuff away as to how the construction of it works. But how can I not without, you know, like I need to show you, and this is how it is. But I'm a visual person and I wish that I would have seen a picture. There's no way that you're going to guess how to do this, you know. So it goes like this is the arm, the right arm, and then this is the right front, and then you're also doing the there's a right front vertical, a right front horizontal, a back right vertical. I mean, so I finally figured it out, and this is where I'm at. This is Harrisville Designs, and I don't remember if it has a colorway or not. It'll be linked below. I've mentioned it before, but I originally swatched for the natural and I switched to the gray instead, and I'm really liking it. Like the gray is much more me. Now I did say that I would like for this to be my Rhinebeck sweater, which I think it's going to be way too hot for, but I wouldn't like, but I would at least like to put it on for Rhinebeck. So I conquered that. I mean, not to say that I'm not going to run into some more hurdles in the pattern, but that was a huge hurdle to get past. So I'm super happy with it. That is a $10.02 pattern, by the way, and I still have not had a chance to look at her other patterns, but I really like this because I love puzzles. It is an advanced pattern. I mentioned that on the last episode, but it's a lot of fun. Stimulate your mind, Craig. I mean, that's what I feel like. It's stimulating my brain cells. Oh, and I almost forgot. I'm keeping it in my Katydid bucket bag. You can pull this down. I think Ray's using his too on Needles at the Ready. You pull it down and it turns into a bucket. So this just, because it's not travel knitting, you guys. Like, I need to be at home by myself doing this. I can't be having conversations. I can't be doing it in public. So I just carry this around the house with me, wherever I want to knit it. And then last but not least is also in my Katydid. And last time I showed you there was something funky on the bottom. I don't know if it was a cobweb or fiber or what it was. I noticed it when I was editing. But this is also a Katydid bag. I love it. I took this with me to the hospital. It worked great because it doubled as my project bag and my purse that day. And I had snacks in it and I had all sorts of stuff. And I also take my little knit kit with me. Mama Jean loved it because she is a tools person too. So she had fun checking out all the stuff that's in it. So the last time you guys saw this, I feel like I need to stand up for it, but hold on just a second. The last time y'all saw this, I was right here. I had just gotten a little bit into the fourth color, and now I am into the last color on the sleeve. It's blowing out bad. Isn't it cute? I just started the Manic Panic, and I'm on the increases. So let me see if I can get it to not blow out. There, that's a little better anyway. I wish that I would have faded these more. I did, I don't know, like 6 to 8 rows. I just eyeballed it on the fade. I wish I would have really gone out. I mean, I wished I would have done double that at least. It would have been nice if I could have faded next time. If I ever make this again, or if I ever do this sort of marled fade technique, I'm going to spread out the fade. I just didn't care. I eyeballed this a lot. As you can see, well, I don't know. It kind of adds up, doesn't it? I wasn't thinking that it did. Does this one? I mean, yeah, well, this one's a little short. I don't know. Once it blocks out, I'll block it. I think that it's going to be pretty good. So I'm on the sleeve, and then I'm using my super cool, Charlotte sent this to me. So the way the sleeves work, hold on, let me sit down. Let me take it off. Shit show. Didn't I tell you this is a shit show? I am at the increases. This is a free pattern. It was done for hedgehog fibers, so I can tell you this and it not matter. When you knit the sleeve, you knit down to the elbow, and then you start the increases because it's called the Pouf. Let me show you the pattern. So the sleeves are poofy at the end, and I'm so excited for it. When you start the increases at the elbow, and you do 2 increases like under the knee, like you knit one, make one left, knit to the last stitch, make one right, knit the last stitch. So you're doing 2 increases, that was weird, 2 increases every 8 rows. So these things, and Charlotte lives in Denmark, and the gal who makes these is in Denmark, but I think that there are people in the States that make them as well. The gal who makes these, I don't believe has a website. If she does, I'll link it below. If not, I know she has a Facebook page. I'll try and link that too. But if you've ever seen these guys, and it has a little drink glass. So this has 8 rings, right? So every round, I move it up to the next ring. And then I move it up to the next ring. And I know that when I get to the first ring, that's my increase row. So you do that 8 times, and I haven't read what's after that. But what I do then is when I do an increase row, I just mark a little tally because I know I need to do 8 increases. Some people will put the little, I dropped a stitch. It's a good thing I'm looking at it. Some people will put the little light bulb markers on there. A lot of times I just count them. I probably still will count them. I do a little tally. And once I get to 8, I'll count the increases just to make sure I have 8. I have enough of those stupid little light bulb stitch markers that I could put it in there. I'm lazy. I mean, it's just as easy for me to count the increases. So, anywho, I'm really excited for this sweater. I'm really, really excited for this sweater. I'm so excited for this sweater that it's sort of like the only thing I want to work on. I have all these other things on the needles. I have Cole's blanket. Who wants to work on a blanket in the summer? I have my drink shelf, which that's another work on it at home sort of thing. Ditto, no squeaky toys, dude. That's another work on it at home sort of thing. And I'm like wanting to make sure that my Stepaside's done by Rhinebeck. So that kind of gets first dibs. There's just other things that are taking over some of the other stuff that I haven't been working on. So you know me, I'll get to it. I'm real good at juggling stuff. Hopefully the next time you see the Pouf, it'll be finished. I'm really hoping that's my goal. And at my recording rate here lately, I wouldn't doubt it if it's gonna be finished. Okay guys, that's it. Thank you so much for putting up with the shit show and for my long lulls in between recording. And I hope you're having a good summer. I hope you're staying happy and healthy. And until we meet again, later.